What's up, gentlemen and ladies? Welcome to the video, Essential Style YouTube channel. So today I want to ask you guys a question. Am I wearing an undershirt? Looks like I'm not, right? Well, maybe let's unbutton this one. Still not wearing an undershirt, right? What do you guys think? It looks like I'm just wearing this shirt, nothing else underneath it. Check that out. So for this video, we're going to be going over undershirts, how to wear them stylishly, and how to make it so that it doesn't interrupt your streamlined appearance and you still look like a boss. So let's get right into it. Alright, so when it comes to undershirts, there are 4 main rules that I follow. They are as follows. Number 1, it has to be a V-neck undershirt. You can see I'm wearing a V-neck undershirt right now. It's not a super deep V. If my shirt opens up like crazy like that, you can see it. But most of the time, you really can't tell that I'm wearing it. It's not popping out here. It's not grabbing attention. So V-neck shirts, absolutely a must. Number 2, it has to be fitted. This one is not as important as it being a V-neck, but I find that a fitted undershirt is going to keep itself tucked in a lot better. And especially if you're wearing a fitted dress shirt or an Oxford shirt, flannel shirt, whatever you want to wear over your undershirt, it's just going to be a little bit easier to keep that shirt tucked in. It's not going to look as billowy or blousy, and you're not going to get that muffin top if your undershirt is slim fit. And rule number 3 is it has to be long. Reason being is that you're going to want to tuck this undershirt in, especially if you're tucking your dress shirt or Oxford shirt in like I have mine tucked in for the video. The longer your undershirt is, the better it's going to stay tucked in. If your undershirt comes untucked and your dress shirt stays tucked in, again, you're going to get that muffin top, which is no good. We don't want that. It's going to distract from your streamlined appearance. And number 4, some of you guys might not like this. At first I was a little bit iffy, but I've been doing it for years. It's a good idea to tuck it into your underwear. And these are the 4 rules that I go by, and I've been doing this for a couple of years now. Alright, so currently right now it's pretty obvious because I showed you guys. I'm wearing a white undershirt. It's tucked into my underwear. It is a short sleeve shirt, so it comes up to about here, and it is a V-neck. You can see I can unbutton the top 2 buttons. If I unbutton this button, not that I would ever walk outside like this, just my style. I don't think it fits me. It fits my style, it fits my personality. But obviously, yeah, you need a V-neck shirt that comes down to at least right here. At least at this point, otherwise it's just gonna look weird. It fits me a lot of times if I am wearing a jacket over this shirt. If it's the wintertime and I'm wearing my sweater over it, I will just leave the top button unbuttoned and I'll keep it here. Now, I mean, the undershirt's never gonna show unless it was not a V-neck. But most of the time in the summertime or springtime, if I'm wearing the Oxford shirt alone, then I like to just leave the top 2 unbuttoned. So for this outfit, the V-neck undershirt, absolutely, it doesn't get in the way, keeps me looking stylish and like a boss. Alright, so that being said, let's show you guys the actual undershirt. Alright, so this is a white, plain undershirt, V-neck, not too deep, not too shallow, it's not like up to here, but it's nice, it's white. This particular undershirt is from Calvin Klein. I bought it at Macy's. It was like $65 for a pack of 5 or 6, so you break it out to about between $10 and $12 per pair. Can't do the math off the top of my head, but I'm sure I'll just throw it up on the screen right here. But overall, it's nice and slim fitted. I got no military tuck going on. I do have it tucked into my underwear. Again, this undershirt, it ticks all 4 of those boxes. Number 1, it is a V-neck. Number 2, it is slim fitted. See, this is probably one of the most slim fit shirts I have, and you'd want that because nothing's going to go underneath this. If this is big and billowy, it's not going to look good. You see the way it's hugging my body? It almost looks like my hips are flaring out a bit. You want that in an undershirt. It's going to move with you more. It's not going to come all bunched up and everything like that. Number 3, look how long it is. This is the longest shirt. This is almost as long as a dress shirt. And with it being so long, what that means is if you put your hands up and you're making a lot of movements, it's not going to come untucked. It's going to stay tucked in a lot more. And throughout my workday, which is sometimes over 8 hours a day, my undershirt really does not come untucked. It's really more my outside shirt, my Oxford shirt comes untucked more often than not than the undershirt. The undershirt's more of a set it and forget it because it's fitted and because it's long. And finally, if you guys tuck it into your underwear, it's going to be coming untucked a lot less. Before I did this, I remember both my shirts would come untucked out of my dress pants or my trousers, and then to try to tuck it back in, you can never tuck the undershirt back in because you're always working against the dress shirts on the outside. The undershirt just gets bunched up. It just more aggravating. So I'm telling you guys, get used to tucking it into your underwear. It should be no problem for most of you watching this video right now, and I think you're going to enjoy it, and it's just going to be a little bit more easy to keep that shirt tucked in if you do tuck it into your underwear and not just into your actual trousers, jeans, chinos, whatever you're wearing that day. So did you ever notice how when someone has a stain on their shirt, like a big coffee stain right here, your eyes dart right there? It's kind of hard to focus on anything else, especially if they're talking to you. It just grabs your attention. The reason that that's happening and the reason why you have a hard time focusing on anything other but that stain is because that stain is pulling all of your attention there like a focal point, whereas the focal point should be your face. So the same thing, if you have a crew neck undershirt or an undershirt that's actually showing constantly, the attention is going to go boom right there. Same thing if you have a big crazy red belt or if you got some crazy shoes. It's not going to be an easy line for your eyes to go up and down when you're looking at a person's figure. And when trying to dress stylish and actually trying to look professional and smart, you don't want anything to be competing for attention and jumping out and grabbing you like that. Again, show you guys the outfit that I'm wearing right now. There's nothing in my torso, from my head basically to my belt and even to my khakis. There's nothing that's grabbing attention. Everything is flowing nicely. My glasses aren't dirty. I'm not wearing a crazy watch or anything like that. But what if I actually was to change into a crew neck shirt? See? You guys see the difference? It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look as streamlined. It kind of looks like my face is tan and my chest is super white, but once you really see it, it's an undershirt. It doesn't look that bad if you button the second button, only leave one button unbuttoned, but it still sticks out at you. Whereas opposed to if it was a V-neck, you would just be able to make it disappear. It's going to look a lot more streamlined. So that's why this is something that when I started to wear dress shirts every day for work, and I always like to wear collared shirts, this was something that I was able to do to take my style from basically like a 6 all the way to an 8 and really boost my confidence. And I really felt like it set me apart, and I really gained a lot of style points, at least in my head, for going with a V-neck undershirt where it's not going to be able to show versus undershirt like this where it's just a classic crew neck and it's popping out like crazy. Also, as a bonus for you guys, I actually didn't tuck this one into my underwear. I just tucked it in along with my dress shirt, and you can see I've got this little extra part, and no matter what I do, little pieces right here, it's really hard to tuck that back in once it comes untucked. It looks great once you set it in the morning or when you go to the bathroom and then you retuck everything. But once you start moving around, once you kneel over to get something, that's it. Game over. You're going to have to basically go to the bathroom and retuck everything in because it is all this extra fabric is caught right here, and it's really, really hard, almost impossible to tuck that back in. Now, with that being said, what about on the weekend when you're wearing a flannel or you're wearing a more casual patterned shirt like this? Do the rules still apply? Yes, but they're a little bit more relaxed. I would say if you're wearing a t-shirt around the house and you just want to throw a flannel over just in case of a sweater, if you're wearing the flannel as a piece of outerwear or the way you would just wear something around the house, kind of like this, I would say it's not as big of a deal. It's going to look a lot better because it looks like you meant to do this. It doesn't look like you're wearing the t-shirt as an undershirt. It just looks like the t-shirt was your outfit for the day and you just decided to throw the flannel on and you didn't want to throw on a big bulky sweater just to keep a little bit warmer if it's a nice cool spring or fall day. But if you're like me and you usually wear your flannels as a shirt and it's part of your outfit and you're not going to go ahead and take it off, you're basically just swapping out the Oxford shirt or dress shirt for a flannel shirt, then once again, just a lot easier to stick to the basics like we talked about. The V-neck undershirt that's slim fitted, it's long, and it's tucked into your underwear. It's going to be more comfortable, it's going to be less in the way, and even if it does show, it's not going to look as bad as a crew neck shirt. It's going to frame your face better, and even on the weekend if you're wearing a flannel and you're going to a couple of breweries with some friends, or you're going on a nice walk in nature with a couple of your friends, a couple of your family members, it's still going to take your look and just bring it up one notch, but it's really going to set you apart from if you were to just wear a crew neck shirt and throw a flannel shirt over it. Now, these are just a couple of my opinions. This is what I've been doing for the past few years. I always feel a lot better when I wear my undershirts this way. I think undershirts are great. I tried not wearing them when it was really hot. You could try not wearing undershirts, but when you're wearing a flannel and it's actually cooler outside, I think the more layers the better because it's going to keep you warmer. And in the summertime, if you end up wearing a dress shirt or Oxford shirt and you go without the undershirt, two things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to have to wash that dress shirt a lot sooner. You're not going to be able to wear it 2 or 3 times. It's going to be like one and done. And number two, you're going to get a lot more sweat stains. And that was something that just drove me absolutely nuts. A lot of times for work, I had to carry a backpack for all my tools just because I'm an IT specialist. I would just get those sweat stains right here. Not a good look at all. So for me, the actual undershirt that has a V-neck is actually a much better option and just overall more comfortable in all situations. Only time I don't wear an undershirt is if I'm just wearing a t-shirt or if I'm wearing a polo shirt in the summertime. Now, as far as what color undershirt, I don't think you can go wrong with white. I think white's going to match with anything. You can go with something like a light gray. I wore these for a long time, and I also had the nude ones. It's actually very close to my skin tone, so this is a great undershirt. It's a great color because it's going to hide it even more. But the problem with these undershirts, they were from Rib T, great company, but they recently went out of business. The owner sold the company, unfortunately, so there are a couple of other options, but I just wanted to try the more budget-friendly option, and instead of paying $20 or $30 for an undershirt like this, I'd rather pay $10 or $15 for an undershirt, and the Calvin Klein ones are doing just fine. I would say there's a couple of things. I think Jimmy John's is one of them. There's the Thompson T that I've tried. That's okay, but for most guys, I think that the Calvin Klein ones from Macy's, it's going to be the most accessible. It's going to be probably the overall cheapest. And you don't even have to do that. You can go with Hanes V-necks, which I think a pack of 3 or 4 is like $10. So you really don't need to spend a lot of money. But that being said, I will say that I feel like the Hanes, they're not going to be as long, they're not going to be as fitted, so they may not work as well for style purposes as the Calvin Klein ones. I think the Calvin Klein ones represent the best value as far as if you want something that's slim, long, and has a relatively deep V versus something that is a lot more expensive, but you're getting a great product, or something that's like $5 an undershirt, but it's baggy, billowy, maybe the deep V is not that great, and it's going to come untucked and you're going to be uncomfortable. Anyway, that's the video for today, guys. Undershirts, they're great. They save your outside shirts, your outer shirts, whatever you want to call it. Give it a shot. Let me know if I helped. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking and leaving comments. And I will see you next video. Bye.